You guys are welcome to stay. We're going to have a performance soon, but if you have to go, that's understandable. Dr. McGarry?
Sure. Good evening and happy holidays to all. My report this evening highlights some of the good work that is taking place throughout our district relevant to the district's 4 district goals this year. First of all, in the area of examining and evaluating issues related to the social, emotional, and psychological health of all students, and examining programs currently provided while identifying others that may be needed to promote the health and well-being of all students. Our school safety teams, character education teams, and the district-wide school counseling department are meeting regularly to discuss the programs currently in place, from the Character Edna and Bucket Filling Brenda program at Village Elementary School to the new Helping Hornet program at Indian Hill, as well as the new Lifeline Suicide Prevention program being implemented at SATS and the high school. Understanding how these programs relate to the standards for social and emotional learning standards and conducting a gap analysis between the standards and our current program is an important part of meeting this goal. One of the objectives under this goal is to continue to develop and implement mindfulness practices. Our district's first mindfulness cohort includes 25 district staff and administrators representative of all 4 schools. After completing a 6-hour online course independently, the cohort participated in a half-day professional development training with our mindfulness consultant. Staff members participating in the cohort are also facilitating before and after school workshops for other district staff members who are interested in participating in future cohorts. This kind of turnkeying is exciting and a great strategy for taking the implementation of mindfulness to scale in the district. The second segment of this training for the cohort begins in February, and I want to thank Dr. Seeley and her leadership on this important initiative. Another one of our district goals this year is to increase the practice of collecting and using accurate data to inform decisions in all aspects of the school district. Village School's newly formed data team has met and is currently working to understand how data is being used to improve classroom instruction. In addition to surveys issued to staff on data use, data team members have begun discussing and analyzing map data with the assistance of our district supervisors and supplemental team teachers. Indian Hill's data team continues to provide opportunities for teachers to work with grade level colleagues to analyze data and to develop lessons or activities to help support differentiation. Thus far, during these work sessions, math teachers have developed station activities for math rotations, and they've analyzed map data to meet individual student needs based upon RIT bands. Literacy teachers have also used this time to analyze map data and to collaboratively develop small group lessons and guided reading activities. Data-driven instruction was also a primary agenda item for grade-level team meetings in both schools, with the goal of showing teachers how they could rely on multiple data points, map performance in particular, sub-skills in collaboration with students' part performance on particular anchor standards in order to drive whole class and small group instruction. These same data-driven conversations were held during department meetings at SATS. And speaking of map, Algebra 1 teachers at SATS and the high school are using an Algebra 1 specific map test for the first time this year. The Algebra 1 map was administered and staff members have engaged in follow-up training and discussion to review results and plan for future instruction. The second map administration in all grades will happen soon after the winter break, followed by the same process for data evaluation once results are available. Our use of data, though, is not only aligned with map and park and that kind of data that's produced by them, as the SATS scheduling committee would share. Through site visits to school in Chatham and Middletown, as well as to nearby Homedale High School, this group has been collecting data that it hopes will lead to a recommendation for a new bell schedule in the future. Data is also relevant to our work in the area of student conduct. Homedale High School is preparing to conduct a review of the Code of Conduct in the second half of the year. The team will gather more specific data on disciplinary issues, occurrences, and consequences at HHS with an eye towards revision for the 2019-2020 school year. And finally, we're in the early stages of evaluating data associated with chronic absenteeism to inform our practices, improve attendance by students, and establish consistent reporting methods by support staff. Dr. Seeley and our assistant principal team are leading this good work across all 4 schools. And finally, we are working this year to establish a network of partnerships with businesses and organizations within our local community and globally that can provide meaningful, real-world experiences for our students via internships and collaborative projects in our career concentration program, and also throughout the K-12 program. As such, the first meeting of the Community Partnership Committee will take place in early January with planning and creating a needs assessment as a first step in the process. In addition to all of our work on the Homedale 2020 initiative, which is the 4th district goal, I hope this gives you a good sense of where we are and where we are heading with our goals this year. So some good news from our schools. First of all, from Village School. Congratulations to Dr. Riso and the 2nd and 3rd grade students at Village School for putting on 2 fantastic holiday shows for students and parents. Both grade level shows were phenomenal and highlighted the singing and dancing talent of our students. Great job, Dr. Riso. Congratulations to 2nd grade teacher Mrs. Rausch's class, who coordinated a kindness campaign with her students. The students were charged to spread holiday cheer by writing letters to our deployed military service men and women. This year, holiday letters were mailed to Military Missions, an organization based in Kentucky. Military Missions supports and honors deployed military personnel by sending care packages to troops year-round. The students' letters will be placed in care packages provided by the organization. Mrs. Rausch's class really wanted to thank the military for their commitment and their bravery. Congratulations also goes out to 2nd grade teacher Mrs. Jamie Kenny, who was featured recently on News 12, who coordinated the Giving Tree project with the students and families of Village School. Children who have parental permission to participate select a card with the child's name from the Giving Tree. The card includes 3 suggested gifts the child wishes to receive, and all gifts are returned unwrapped, and they wrap them. And the gifts from the Giving Tree were donated this year to families of Family and Children's Services, which is actually the oldest nonprofit organization in Monmouth County, celebrating 104 years of service. This is one of the many projects done throughout the year that helps to teach our students about all of these wonderful character education traits. Good news from Indian Hill. Congratulations to Mrs. McCarthy and our student council for teaming up with Bridges through their Giving Tree to provide holiday gifts and supplies to the local area. Congratulations also goes out to Mrs. McCarthy and Dr. Riso again for another amazing winter concert last night. Students and teachers worked so hard to prepare a wonderful performance, and a great time was had by all. And this evening they were over across the parkway at the PNC Bank Arts Center entertaining people who were driving through the light show. It was a really special invitation for them to do that. The Recycling Through Composting initiative at Indian Hill School has been rolling right along since the introductory assembly, which was held on November 28th. Students have been contributing their organic food scraps and slightly used paper products in respective scrap bins located in the cafeteria. And the school just made its first contribution to the 2 earth machines, which were donated by the Monmouth County Reclamation Center, as well as to the tumbler, and here's a new word for me, vermicomposting bins. Thanks to the continued support of Mrs. Murdy and Mrs. Baretti, we'll be having helping hands of several parent volunteers to help monitor deposits during student lunches, as well as the maintenance of the bins throughout the year. And a big shout out to science teacher Mrs. Kathy George for spearheading this initiative, as her time and efforts are greatly appreciated. We want to congratulate Indian Hill's December Hornets of the Month. In grade 4, Autumn Alaco, Michael Braccia. In grade 5, Amanda Martinez and Christopher Hall. And in grade 6, Lily Kunameni and Stefanos Tsampanidis. Good news from William R. South School. Congratulations also to the members of the Homedale Hornets D14 cheerleaders from South School for placing 2nd in the nation in Orlando, Florida, last week. Congratulations to all of our December students of the month at SATS, who I won't name them yet because they're going to be recognized along with the January student of the months at the January 25th PSG meeting. And congratulations to the SATS Chorus and Bell Ensemble under the direction of our new teacher, Ms. Nigro, on their stellar performance this past Thursday alongside the high school choir and bells. And good luck to the SATS band as they perform tomorrow evening with the high school band at 7 p.m. in the high school auditorium. And finally, good news from Homedale High School. Congratulations to Teacher of the Month. We've already heard him mentioned tonight, Mr. Wreckage, who's leaving us at the end of this month, going out as Teacher of the Month. Underclassmen of the Month, Ava Lasalandra, and Upperclassmen of the Month, Mark Wallier. Congratulations to Mr. Correa and Mr. McCormick for their first performances of the year. Congratulations to Mr. DeNovellis and the Hornet Report staff for another great production. Their stories and interviews continue to build up the spirit at HHS. Congratulations again to our fall athletic teams for an outstanding season. What follows is a list of amazing accomplishments for our coaches, but it's worth noting that there's this statewide competition called the ShopRite Cup, which different sports earns points. And there's been a perennial, I think they've won probably 8 years in a row, Haddonfield High School down in South Jersey. Currently, Homedale High School is in first place, ahead of Haddonfield High School, so we're pretty excited about that. Congratulations to our head cross-country coach, Damon Godfrey, who was named the NJ.com State Coach of the Year for cross-country. Congratulations to head football coach, Jeff Reynes, who was named Coach of the Year for the Shore Conference by the Shore Sports Network. And congratulations to head boys soccer coach, John McCarlo, who was named the NSCAA Regional Coach of the Year. He's one of just 6 coaches across the United States to receive this honor. So a fantastic fall season, and the accolades continue to come even as our winter sports get underway. A couple of thank yous. Village School asked that I once again thank the PSA for their donation of the curtains and risers for our stage. The students, while they were performing this month, it was clear how much these donations helped the look and the presentation of the shows. We want to thank all of our parents and volunteers for their support. A thank you from Indian Hill School. Indian Hill School wants to thank the PLG for their continued support of our staff and students. Their countless hours of commitment to Indian Hill is so evident and does not go unnoticed. The school is looking forward to the grade level booster fund contributions and many other fundraisers to come. Thank you to our SATS PSG for their continued support, for their financial commitment through the upcoming game against the Harlem Wizards on January 31st. They're hoping to raise funds to purchase an electronic signboard for the front of the campus to go along with the beautiful new one over at Indian Hill and the now sort of dated one in front of Homedale High School. Thank you to the PTSO at Homedale High School for their continued fundraising efforts. With their fundraising efforts comes the opportunity for further discussion about items and programs that make sense for our students through the gifting process. And district-wide thanks. The HFEE recently enjoyed a presentation this month by Mr. Correa and also Mrs. Jablonski of students' compositions using the music lab shared space in the complex for grades 7 to 12. I'm hoping to have Mr. Correa come to a board meeting and actually share some of the work that the students have been doing through learning about how to compose using computers. And just lastly, the generosity of our parents and the spirit of giving that is reflected in our students' charitable efforts this month and all year long are part of what makes this school district so special. So in closing, and on behalf of the nearly 500 professional staff members of this great district, I wish everyone a happy holiday season, a wonderful vacation, and an exceptional new year of growth and learning. Thank you. And I do have some enrollment figures for you. Our enrollment today at Village Elementary School is 765, 758 at Indian Hill, 523 at SAT School, and 963 at the high school, for a total of 3,009.
It's an increase from the beginning of the year.
It is.
Can I see a show of hands to accept the superintendent report? And do you want to do? Okay, that's fine. All right, at this point, we're going to listen to the fine work of our choir. Dr. McGarry, you want to introduce them or no?
This is our treble choir under the direction of Mr. Michael McCormick, who is in his first year at Homedale High School.
We're just going to switch. So thank you. So this is the Treble Choir at Homedale High School. Right now we're just doing a few carols for you that we are going to spread around the school on Friday during our half day. We had our concert on last Thursday, and now we just get to sing fun carols for the rest of the week, which is great. So we have two quick more ones for you. Thank you all for having us, and we wish you happy holidays and a happy new year, and yay for only 2 more days in the week.